Hi everybody, it's Linda. Today I wanted to show you a few things that I've made, and I'm not going to do a full tutorial, but just wanted to show you what's going on. And if you can hear that, that's one of the cats. It's like small children, they wait till you're on the phone. Okay, so the first thing I made were these denim feathers. Okay, so I made a bunch, I've given some away. These ones got a little bit flippy floppy, but for people, if you're into feathers and want to decorate, like, they're a good thing to do. Okay, so anyway, I made a bunch. So what you do is get a piece of denim and you cut like a rectangle. Now, my original instructions when I saw this online was maybe 1.5 inches wide and then 5 inches long. Okay, but I might next time make it a bit wider. Okay, so you cut it, but you try and cut it so that it's hard to see, but you want this to be as straight and square as possible. So you cut your piece out and then you lay one of these over it. You need a sewing machine for this, so I don't know how else you would do it without. Okay, so you would lay one of these, and I think I bought this at one of the dollar stores. Okay, this it's not really, I guess it's twine string. And then so let's pretend my piece is cut, and this is overhanging, of course. So you go to your sewing machine, and with a wide zigzag, you don't have to do it super wide, but with a wide zigzag, you just, and this is up so you can see it, of course, you just go over. It's almost like couching. You just go over it and try and keep it as straight as possible. Sometimes it drifts. The straighter, the easier it is in the next step. Okay, so you're done that. So then what you can do this now, and you can do it, or you can do it after, or you could even do it, like, you have to trim the corners, cut off the corners. I'm not explaining this very well. So you cut the corners, and then you're going to start pulling the threads out. That's all you do. However, you might want to, you might not want to cut the corners yet, and then trim it up after and shape it more. See, that one went crooked. Anyway, like, the straighter this is, the easier it is to pull these out, and that's all you do. Okay, that's it. It's it can be time consuming, and I use my stitch ripper to help get the pieces. Sometimes if it's not very straight, it might be hard to get out, and sometimes you have to cut it because it's not straight. Straight helps. Okay, that's the key word, straight. Okay, I think I've said that enough. All right, the next thing is my watering can. See, there's the picture of my girlfriend, and this is a magnet. This is magnetic. So that will now, it's kind of hard to see because, you know, I have to hold this way, but it'll hang on my fridge where it's always been hanging. So I managed to do that. Now one other thing is I'm almost at 200. It's taken me forever to get to 200 subscribers, and I'd love to hit 200. As of this morning, I was at 194. I actually gained like 5 in the last week or 2 weeks, which is a big jump. I would get one and I'd lose one, so I was seesawing back and forth. Anyway, 200 would be great. The other thing that I wanted to show you was I showed you this before. I bought this for $5 at Value Village. I ordered these cutting pads from Amazon because this didn't come with anything at Value Village. And I also ordered, I don't know why, the embossing. Even though you don't really need it, I still ordered it, and I'm afraid it's going to like snap easily. Like, what the... Ugh. Anyway, I ordered that. But then I saw somebody do this, and I thought, I did this with my Big Kick. Why don't I do it with my Sizzix? I took one of the Dollar Tree cutting pads, and I managed to get 3 pieces. They're 2.5 by 5. 2.5 by 5. So I managed to get 3 out of one of the little cutting mats. And so now what I do is I use this as a shim. That was a hint from Darlene's Creative Studios. So I use that as a shim. But I might even be able to maybe use another one, or just get a couple pieces of, oh course, I don't have it that handy. This, oh, I do have it handy. I was using this as a template. I actually have a piece of this as a template in my big kick, which I'm pointing over there, even though you can't see, because that's where it lives. So you could probably do a couple pieces of that and use that instead of the embossing plate. And then I also use this. And this way, this piece has never had any cuts done on it. I don't know if you can see the cutting. This one is still clean, so I thought if I can conserve this one, then this will double the life of this, because these, as this gets really bad or really cut up, I switch to the next one, and then when I'm done all three, I cut another one, right? These are cheap. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. I guess I could have showed you. Let me grab a scrap piece of paper and I will do a demo. Let me get a small die. All right, here's one here. It's a word one. All right. So this says thanks backwards. Let's get this in here. And I also find that this adheres better to glass. Like this, it just doesn't seem to want to stick very. Oh man, it is sticking. But anyway, I find glass is like the best to adhere to a surface. Okay, that didn't see it didn't even make a noise or anything, and yet now I do have to poke it out because this is a fussy one, but it works. And the funny thing is, you can. I'm sorry, am I way off screen? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. There's the word thanks. Okay. So there's that little tip for you that it does work, even though it feels like it's not. It really does. So I keep these nearby. Okay. Let me put this back. Now, there's two more things. The outline pen. I managed to find the 4 colors. Blue, pink, silver, and gold. Okay? Now, the key was, when I showed you originally, when I found the first 2, and I just sort of did the blue one fast, it didn't really look right. Okay, so you have to shake it, and hear that noise? That's a good noise. And then what you might have to do is press down on it until it starts to flow. Now, the thing with this is, everything in the middle for all the pens is silver. It's the outline that's this color. So if you can see that, there's a slight blue outline. And then pink. See how that's a weird one. I guess maybe because I had a lot of loose, like it was flowing a lot when I first put the marker down, but you can see the pink outline. Isn't that cute? And then gold. Gold. You can see a bit of gold outline there. It seems to come up as time goes, as it dries and there's more time between doing it. Silver. Now it's hard to see. I don't know why they did silver, because it's silver on silver. But if you look, you can see the silver outline around the silver. Okay, so that's it. Those are those out markers. Now, I'm always going to keep an eye out if there are any other colors, but they're just so cute. Anyway, so that was the obsession for yesterday's shopping trip. And we kind of scored. We got 4, and they seem fine. Like, they do what they're supposed to do. I mean, I don't know what I'd use them for, but, you know, they go with the marker collection. So there's that. And the final thing I wanted to show you was this. This is a micro pocket letter. So I saw a picture of it online 2 weeks ago or so, and became obsessed with it. Could not find a tutorial. There's one lady that sells, she pre-makes them and sells them. Well, I'd rather make it myself. I don't want to buy, like, I don't mind supporting other crafters, but if I can't walk up to you and hand you money, or walk into a store and hand the cashier money, I don't really want to buy it if I don't have to. I do a few online shopping, but I'm sure she's American, and then there's the conversion, and then there's the shipping, and it's like, it's not worth it, right? For a lot of things. Some things it is, and everyone's different of what they think is important. So, but to me, this is not important. So what I've figured out after, I only burned myself once with my fuse tool. You take one of these, and these, I find that the Dollarama, you get 8 for $1. Better quality than the ones I bought at Walmart, which I think cost more than $1. Or they might have been $1, but I think they might have been more, but they're really thinner, like they're really oof. Okay, so what you do is you cut it on either side of here, and you cut on the inside here. Sorry, and you cut on the inside here, on either side, and then on the inside here. Okay, and you can toss those pieces out. And you leave it so that the bottoms are still, so now it's, you have these 3 columns. That's what happens. And then what you do is you cut here and here, right, to separate them. So now you would have 9 pieces that don't have, that aren't connected at the sides but are still connected at the bottom. And you need that to be lower, the front to be lower than the back, or you can't get your piece in. I found that out. This is the only one I didn't do that with, so that's why this is my sampler. I call it my sampler. I just took a piece of paper, added a few embellishments, made it tiny, and I even added this in. Some people, the few pictures I've seen of few people who've done something like this, they just have 9 pockets. They don't bother with this part, and they seal all of them. I didn't want to seal them. I wanted to be able to put things in and out. So, and anyway, because I wanted it to be authentic, so that's why I got obsessed with that. So then I had to do a template. Like, I had to figure out where I wanted to fuse. So, and then the problem is, once I fuse across, I have to, like, I need to have that lip, right? I need to have this lip. So what I did was, I took my little piece. Let me just check. I don't think I have one that I could show you at that stage. Darn it, I don't think I... Okay, you know what? I kind of have something I can show you. I guess I should have been more prepared. So, this is from an old one. Okay, so then what you do is you figure out, like on here, how you want the pocket, like how low you want the pocket, and then you cut it. So you cut the top piece where you want it. And then what you do is you take the piece that's left and you maybe cut it in half or a bit less than half. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lay it back on here, but you're going to leave a gap and you're going to lay it across, and then you're going to fuse it at the bottom. Okay? And then you do the same thing with the remaining piece, but you make sure that the top has that lip, so you're able to, right? So that you're able to get in and out of that the top 3 pockets. And you fuse along the bottom. And then, when that looks right, well, because really there's nothing else you can do after that, you have to throw it out if there's something majorly wrong. And trust me, that happens. And then what I did was I just figured out, like, because I want it to fit in here, but I still want this, right? I still want this part. So I did a fuse up here, and then I did 2 fuses, and then you do a fuse at the side. So you have to do a fuse right at the edge if you want the edge, and then a fuse there for this one, and then these 3. Okay? And this is what you end up with. Okay? Let me see. This helps you a little bit. So that's what you end up with. And maybe that's not the best thing to see, to look at. But if you now go to these things, they now fit. It was just a lot of trial and error. See, it fits in there. And this one fits in there. I just love it. I think they're adorable. I ended up, I think I have 7 for future pocket letters. Oh, and then I also trimmed off the corners too. And I have tiny hole punches, so that's why I was able to punch those holes to make it really authentic. And some people, what they do is they turn this into like a charm. So they have all 9 pockets sealed completely, and then they punch a hole and have it as a dangle. But which I could do off, right? I could dangle this off the main pocket letter. But isn't that adorable? So bottom line, I really wish I had an easier way to show you or tell you or someone to buy them from, but it's trial and error, and you just have to invest a few hours in giving it a go, because you can even see how crooked some of them are, because if you try and cut after, you can't. I cut through. I had some weird things cut, but I got a little bit better. And because they're fused, I find that it's very easy to rip a fuse apart, so you just have to be gentle if you want it to get to your recipient. Anyway, so that was my show and tell today. I hope you like it. And now I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna work on my planner today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.